We have a few minutes while the Guinness settles. Inspiration, innovation, friendship, and joy. Those are officially the criterion for the David Grist Awards. But some accolades transcend just awards. And the David Grist Award is not a prize. It's more than just a trophy. It's actually a communal thank you from all of us, much like a torch that gets passed along from person to person. It's the closest thing we have. It actually is the Balloon Twisters Lifetime Achievement Award. Somebody whose achievements affect all of our lives. And that's why I'm going to take a minute while the Guinness settles to talk to you a little bit about David Grist. Because not everybody here had the honor that I had to know David Grist. To know that he was more than just a guy with like 9 DVDs and a whole lot of classes. He was everything that we're here to celebrate. In my life, in your lives, without even knowing it, are richer because of David. And I remember clearly meeting this man about 9 years ago. We were at the Millennium Jam, we were working on some competition pieces, and across from me was a man who spoke a language I did not understand. And he was weaving just like somebody paints, back and forth, and back and forth. And I sat there transfixed, thinking, nobody twists balloons like this, you've got to be kidding me. But this man was just hanging out, drinking a beer, making jokes, enjoying life, and somehow, amazingly, creating perfect bubbles, just sort of like, boop, boop, back and forth, something I'd never seen in my entire life. It was incredible. And I vowed that I would get to know this guy, which fortunately wasn't very difficult because David loved life, loved twisters. A few hours later, we're in one of the bungalows and we're hanging out, and I'm giving him a hard time because I really thought David was just like a decorator with just unbelievable weaving ability. And we start talking about gigs, and he works a lot. Trade shows, parties, and I'm saying, you could never do a kid's birthday party. They're not going to sit there. What would you make for them? And David says, make the birthday kid a hat, a birthday cake out of balloons, and then we sing happy birthday. Really? Some 4-year-old is going to sit there while you weave a cake? If you work birthday parties, you know that they're not going to sit there, and David's like, of course I will. I'm like, really, how long is that going to take? I don't know, 2.5, 3 minutes? Like, it's on. I bet you a 6-pack of beer right now, 2 o'clock in the morning, that you cannot weave a cake. He goes, what, with the candle and the icing? Sure. 2.5 minutes later, boom, birthday cake. Unbelievable. So you come back, and then about 6 months later, 8 months later, everybody on Balloon HQ around the world are suddenly making birthday cakes. Because David Grist taught us that we could weave, that we could make anything. Just gave us the confidence. He came to Twist and Shout, had people running around in woven sports cars. Yeah. And it's not called the David Grist Award because this man made birthday cakes and cars. What that man did was change everybody's perspective and their vision and their business, right? Because instead of making some figures, you're making presentation pieces, cakes, cars. We were thinking bigger, we were thinking differently, we were thinking that the balloons could be truly interactive and people could run around. And he traveled the world with that message. And it was awe-inspiring. And everybody that came to this convention in the early years that had the honor of meeting him and being in his classes walked away not just inspired, but taught a better twister, a better person, a better thinker. And that's really what this is about. Wow, the best part though is forget all that, David was just a truly wonderful man who liked nothing more than to sit in a room like this with a bunch of people hanging out, drinking a beer, sharing a pint, sharing a story, and actually connecting one-on-one and making a difference. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that the person that this honor is passed on to, this year's David Grist Award winner, is truly the right recipient of this award. Just like David, this individual makes great balloons, but makes the great balloons that inspire all of us to do better work. But even if you were just to parrot the balloons that this artist makes like David, your business is better, your customers are more impressed, you feel more accomplished, you feel empowered. And just like David, this person takes that message of balloon excellence around the world and doesn't rest until every person that comes in contact, that's in one of those classes, feels a little bit better, a little bit stronger, and is a better twister. But also like David, at the end of the day, what does this person like to do? Sit here and make a connection with each and every one of us. Sit down, have a drink, enjoy a story, and really become a part of our life. So I'd like everybody to take a deep breath. I'd like everybody to toast to David Grist, who's no longer with us, and to the person who's our recipient this year. All of you have been to his classes, you own his DVDs, you have his copies of Balloon Magic magazine, you've been to his shows, you make his balloons. Please welcome Mr. Don Caldwell.
I think the thing that means the most to me about this award is that Patty and Royal and everyone else involved does this, not just to honor the recipients, but also make sure that we all keep the memory of David alive. And that's what really makes it special to me and important. And don't do that, don't do that. I don't know that I have even come close to living up to the legend that is David Grist or doing anything that really honors that memory, but I promise to do everything I can to try to live up to that legend.